What's going on, traders? Few things to talk about. We're gonna get straight into it. Like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Let's get into the video. So right now we're looking at the Nasdaq 4-hour time frame, and so far we're still repeating that same process over and over that we talked about in the past few videos. Now, if you're new to the channel and you don't know what I'm talking about, well, for the past week or so, all we've been doing is consolidating and breaking down. Right? We consolidate, break down, consolidate, break down, consolidate, break down, consolidate, break down. Difference this time is that we're getting more volatility towards the downside. Now, the question is, are we going to continue to see downside from here? And I do think it's very much possible, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get some type of dead cat bounce from this point on, right? So around 23,400, 23,500, I do imagine that it's very much possible that we see a retest of 23,600, which was a key level that we talked about in the last video. So right here, where these guys are, a lot of turbulence right here, where we see this rejection here, is where I'm imagining, and there's even a rejection right here where I imagine that we're going to see some type of retest back towards the upside, possibly creating some type of lower high. You got your lower high here, and then I imagine we're going to retest back towards the upside between 23,600, 23,700, and then create that next lower high, break, retest, get below 23,400, and possibly head towards 23,200. So that's what I'm looking at right now. The question is this the top, right? And I can't say for sure. I don't have enough confirmation to confirm that this is some type of top, right? But one thing we do know, or one thing I've been mentioning to you guys, is that August is notoriously a bearish month and September is extremely bearish, right? So it makes sense that Jackson Hole event could be the trigger for us to really see a correction in the market. Now, I'm not guaranteeing this or anything like that. I don't know exactly what's going to happen for Jackson Hole event, but based off history, Jackson Hole event does tend to trigger a lot of corrections within the market. Feel free to look it up yourself, do your own research. Don't take my word for it. I'm just a chihuahua with oven mitts on that you're listening to. I question your sanity all the time. But regardless, that's what we're looking at for the NASDAQ. Now, let's talk about upside here. Let's say this isn't the top, or let's say we're going to head back towards all time highs. I'm sure a lot of you believe that it's very much possible that we can head back towards all time highs from here. Right. Well, one thing we want to see is a reclaim of this level right here at around 23,600. And then we head towards 23,800. We get above 23,850. Then from there, we're heading back towards previous highs at around that 24K mark, and then we'll have to see what happens from there. So that is pretty much the bullish scenario. We look at the triple Qs, and pretty much the same thing with the triple Qs. Now, what's interesting about the triple Qs, let's actually go to the daily time frame here so we can get a better view. We've been trading in this channel for quite some time. I mentioned this channel before, but I took it away because it was just I don't like charts being really clunky for my YouTube videos. But here I have to show you guys this so you guys can keep track of what I'm seeing, at least if, in case you're just interested. But here we look at the daily time frame, and we've been trading in this channel for about a few months now, right? I don't know. I do the math, but regardless, we've probably been trading in this channel for about a month or two, and so far we're heading towards the bottom of this channel. Our key level here is 566 on the triple Qs, 568 and 566. So I do imagine that maybe between tomorrow and Thursday, we're going to see some type of dead cat bounce back towards the upside, possibly retesting this 575 area. And like we said on the NASDAQ, create some type of lower high. So you have a high here, lower high here, lower high here. And though I do imagine that you're probably going to bounce between somewhere from 566, 568 and retest that 575 area before possibly heading much lower. Now, again, I can't say for sure this is a top because again, we're still trading within this channel, so we can easily bounce from here, right? So I should go back to the 4-hour time frame. I know, I'm sorry. I'm dragging you guys all over the place. But we can easily just bounce from here and possibly head back towards the top of this channel at around maybe 585, 590, right? So, all-time highs isn't necessarily off the table. It's just I wouldn't stay super bullish right now, right? I would be very cautious the more we see downside here. Because if we start breaking below 566, then we're officially below this channel. If we get below 566, then we open up the floodgates towards 560 and 558. It's also important to note that there's a gap down here at around 550, what is it, 553, 556, 557 more or less. So I imagine if we break below this channel, that's where we're going to head. We're going to get that gap fill, and then we'll have to see what happens from there. But as long as we remain in this channel, I will say that all-time highs are still very much possible. Okay. But if we break below this channel, then we might have to take that off the table. So 566 is your final boss for trading within this channel. You get below 566, I would be very, very cautious if I'm bullish. All right, so that's what we're looking at for the triple Q SPY. So when it comes to the SPY, again, it's very much possible you see some type of dead cat bounce from here, maybe towards 643. For the past week or so, we've seen the SPY or bulls really hold that 643 level, right? And we finally broken below it. And now we're seeing a retest or a bounce off this 638 level that we talked about in the last few videos, right? And not only that, but we're bouncing off this channel or not channel trend line right here. So, you rejected here, rejection here, multiple bounces in this area. You did your little dance here, but ultimately, right now, you're witnessing the SPY pretty much retest or bounce off this area here. You can even argue that this is some type of reversal pattern as well. So I do imagine that if we're going to bounce back towards the upside, I will be looking for a retest of 641.5 and then 643 right here where these guys are. So either we reject from 641.5 or we break, retest, retest 643, and then we'll see what happens from there. If we get above 645, like I said in multiple videos, then I do think 650 is open. Okay, I do think 650 is very much possible if and only if we get above 645. Now, if we manage to break below this trend, right? Let's say we get below 638, then it's very much possible we head towards the 630s. All right, 630s is very much on the table when it comes to the SPY. You get below 630, it gets a little bit scary, but there's still some type of hope, I imagine. So, just be careful. But like I've mentioned before, a Discord member mentioned this as well. I mean, every day you've been doing the opposite, right? So bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. Like you get the point here. So this is why I'm saying that there's very much a possibility that we see some type of dead cat bounce heading into maybe tomorrow or Thursday, because again, you just keep repeating the same pattern over and over where you're doing the opposite, right? But you're seeing, if you're paying attention, you're seeing bulls lose control, right? The candles are getting much smaller for the bulls and bears are getting much stronger. So this is something you want to pay attention to. But again, if we're following the same pattern for the past, I don't know, 2 weeks or so, we're probably going to be bullish tomorrow. All right. Am I expecting crazy upside? No, but I do imagine that we're probably going to see a little bit of upside heading into tomorrow, just based off what we've seen in the past. All right. VIX, so VIX is breaking above this channel, or have already broken above this channel, actually. So, you had a rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, and VIX has officially broken above this channel. Not only did it break above, but it gapped above it. But if we do get some type of dead cat bounce, I imagine maybe, okay, maybe you form some type of cup of handle here if we're talking about downside, or maybe you just go all the way back down here and retest 14.5 all over again, and whatever happens, happens. So this is something you want to pay attention to with the VIX. I imagine that you're probably going to head towards 16.5, 17 range from here, and then we'll see what happens. But yeah, so far you're breaking above this trend. Not something you want to see if you're bullish on the market. Bitcoin, Bitcoin is just absolutely getting destroyed right now. Key levels here is 112K. If Bitcoin manages to get up below 112K, I do imagine that you're heading towards this zone right here at around 110K. Okay, so 110K is something I'm going to be looking out for when it comes to Bitcoin. After that, if you manage to get below this zone right here at around 109K, you open up the floodgates to 103K. So this is something you definitely want to see hold. Now, interesting enough, when we talk about quant data, sorry, I got a little distracted there, but when we're talking about quant data, MSTR calls are coming in, right? MSTR calls came in before close. 352 strike calls for August 22nd. You see the premiums are 500K, 500K, 300K, and I believe there was another order here somewhere as well. You got 350 calls as well, and currently, I think MSTR is like 337. We'll look at the chart in a bit, but you got 2.86 million in premium, and then let me check again. Yeah, then you got these 355 calls, 355 calls, 372.5 calls, 372.5 calls, all for the expiration of Friday. If you're wondering what this huge red spike is right here, this is an in the money play, 21.51 million in premium. It's pretty crazy. And then you got 435 strike puts for 7.04 million. So these are in the money, but I do imagine that we're probably going to see, again, we're going to see a dead cat bounce tomorrow, right? I'm not guaranteeing it. I just think that's going to happen, some type of dead cat bounce tomorrow, between tomorrow and Thursday. But if we look at MSTR, something I will be waiting for in case you're interested in that trade, right? I will be looking for a retest of this trend line right here. You bounced here, and so far, if we zoom in, let's go to the 4 hour time frame, right? Um, I would look for a possible entry at around 330, and then I will see if these play out, right? These MSTR, actually these MSTR calls right here. You guys get the idea. Those 355 calls, 352.5 calls, 350 calls. That's when I would be interested in MSTR calls when it comes to well, MSTR, right? So around 3:30 is what I'm looking at, a retest of this trend. Hopefully we get it tomorrow. If we don't get it, if I miss out, it is what it is. But as far as how far MSTR can go, right? If we bounce from here, or if we even bounce from where it currently is, let's say we bounce from here, I imagine it's going to retest 360, 362, basically right here. Well, 364 actually, and then head back towards the downside, right? And then we'll see what happens from there. So that's what we're looking at for MSTR. That's just a little trade idea right there. Another trade I was looking at today, a lot of Discord members took advantage of, a lot more Discord members that I thought took advantage of. Um, was the coin trade idea. So I didn't trade today, right? Pretty much stepped back, relaxed, enjoyed the show because I wanted to wait for a dead cat bounce before or some more confirmation. So basically a dead cat bounce and see if this drop is actually legit. But we are in SPY puts. I told you guys about those SPY 600 strike puts for November. Those are currently in profit. Nothing too crazy. I think that we're up like 60 $70 per contract. Nothing too crazy just yet. But we're still in those SPY puts. We're still in those VIX calls. Just to be transparent, I'll keep you guys updated on those. But here, I pretty much let Discord members know that a trade I've been watching all day and looking to enter expensive because the coin is always expensive. Is coin puts. I'm looking for a move to 290 range, but hoping for a retest of 310. Do what you want with this info. And a lot of Discord members took advantage of that. They just jumped in right away. I'm not mad at it. I was pretty confident in the play. So yeah, congratulations to Discord members on that. I was just making a little joke down here, just letting Discord members know that if you did take advantage of it, I hate you. But I alerted this when coin was at around 305. And as you guys can see, coin is breaking below 310. As long as coin is below 310, it's very much possible that coin can head towards as low as 280s. Okay, 280, 275 right now. My short term target is about 290, but it can definitely head much lower right here. So let's look at the daily time frame real quick. Yeah, so this is what I'm looking at, a possible retest of this trend right here at around 280 before possibly bouncing back towards the upside because there is a gap back towards the upside, right? So I do believe that Bitcoin is going to rip back towards the upside. I still think Bitcoin has the potential to head towards 130K. It's just a matter of when. And I think coin still has the potential to head towards 400, 380, 400, somewhere around that range because there is a gap right here. It's not guaranteed, but that's why I think coin can go. So at around 280, I will be looking out for potential calls on coin. But for now, what I'm looking for, if we do get a dead cat bounce, is a possible put entry at around 310, making that lower high, right? So high here, lower high here, and then we retest 310, hopefully, right? And then we break back down towards the downside. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. So that's pretty much the video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Interesting enough, Apple has been really holding 230. I think you want to pay attention to that as well. I think that's a tall tale sign. If Apple continues to hold like this, I think that tells us everything on whether this drop is legit or not, right? And potentially head back towards highs. So Apple is something I will pay attention to. Nvidia is obviously something you want to pay attention to as well. But the fact that Apple is still holding up despite what we've seen today is pretty interesting. Okay. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Discord link will be in the description below as well. And until the next video, traders, have a good one.